Thursday Night Football takes us to Baltimore this week, where the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town to take on the Ravens in a classic AFC North matchup. Ravens a 2.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 44.5 the total in this game. Wasn't too long ago where this game was today's Seahawks-49ers game. The bitter rivalry, both teams great defensive teams and must-watch games that you knew was going to come right down to the end. These teams are still bitter rivals. They're just not quite at the top of the NFL landscape like they used to be and like Seattle and San Francisco are now. But still, plenty of bad feelings in this rivalry. This should be a very competitive game, as you would expect with Baltimore only a 2.5-point favorite. Now, the Ravens lost last week at home to the Cincinnati Bengals, while Pittsburgh eked out a win but did not cover against Cleveland. Both teams certainly showed some good things in that game, but showed some holes as well. Just like we thought coming into this season, neither one of these teams have a dominant defense this year. Both these teams, if they're going to succeed, it's going to be their offense that does the heavy lifting. That's especially true with Pittsburgh. This is not the Pittsburgh Steelers of a few years ago where it's a ball control offense where Ben Roethlisberger is just basically the caretaker and they win games with their great defense. This year's Steelers team, if they're going to win games, it is going to be Ben Roethlisberger and the offense that's going to have to really perform well. And they did put up 30 points against a good Browns defense last week. That was good enough for the win. But again, they are a short underdog here on the road in Baltimore. I like Pittsburgh's chances in this spot. I think they're going to be able to have success against this Baltimore secondary that surrendered over 300 passing yards to Andy Dalton last week. Dalton, not as good a quarterback as Ben Roethlisberger, though certainly Roethlisberger might not have a weapon like A.J. Green at his disposal. But listen, Roethlisberger threw for 365 yards against a tough Browns defense last week. Think he's going to have some success through the air in this game. I think Joe Flacco might have some success through the air as well. I actually think we're going to see a high-scoring game here. Over 44.5, I think, is my favorite bet here. I know for years and years this was a low-scoring game. I remember when the total was always under 40 in this game, and the under was usually a good bet. I don't think that's going to be the case this time around. I like over 44.5. I also expect Pittsburgh to pick up the win on the road, so lean towards Pittsburgh minus 2.5. But again, my favorite bet here, the over.